It's 2025. Valorant has been out for years now, but still, every so now and then we find things about Valorant that we never noticed before. And that's where this video is all about. In this video I'll go over tons of things that you might didn't know about Valorant. Some things completely useless, but some things you can actually use in game. So what I would say is sit back, relax, and let's start with this knife mechanic. When you pull out any gun or knife in Valorant, of course your crosshair stays still. Well, even though this would make sense, this isn't the case. Because with the Valorant knives, it depends on which skin you use if your crosshair will move while pulling your knife or not. Just take a look at the background. If I pull my Reaver knife, my crosshair stays still. However, when I pull the Neptune knife, my crosshair moves a little bit. I've been playing Valorant for over 5 years now and I never knew this was a thing. I've tested some skins and I think like 50% of the knives will move. You see some examples in the background and this mechanic doesn't stop here, because with each skin your crosshair will also move differently while slashing. Some move a little bit, some move a lot. With the right click, some knives don't move at all, while others makes your crosshair shake like crazy. It's an interesting Valorant mechanic, but now the big question, does this matter? I mean, for the knife, it doesn't really matter, I guess. You don't need to go for perfect headshots with the knife, right? So you don't need to boycott your current knife, but it's a cool mechanic to know, I guess. Okay, let's now move on with some lore facts. During last month's Valorant Masters, there was a lore panel that during the event told us some funny facts about the Valorant agents. Some things they said was that Jet was killing it on the track team in high school. She was the fastest in the city. I mean, that makes sense, I guess. But her family restaurant needed her, so she had to trade her spikes for knives and went to culinary school. This is also the reason why in some player cards it looks like Jet is a cook. They also said something about ISO. He used to be a lifeguard but basically got fired. Same story for Yoru. He used to be in a boy band but got kicked out. Apparently he punched the lead singer because he said that Yoru doesn't have main character energy. Yoru? No main character energy? What? I mean, look at him. If one guy is the main character of Valorant, it's probably this agent over here. And Vice used to study fashion and still has a sketchbook tucked away where she redesigns every agent. Oh, wait a second. Is this a secret hint that agent skins are coming to the game somewhere in the future? Maybe. I mean, we get to the point where people don't care about gun skins anymore, so maybe we get agent skins in the future, no idea. Let's stay on the topic of lore a little longer, because I want to talk about Reyna. For those who didn't know, Reyna has a pretty dark lore. Like we all know from the games, if Reyna kills someone, she can collect a soul, right? Well, collecting those souls actually has a dark reason, because the reason why she needs to collect those souls is to keep her sister alive. I know, pretty dark. Why am I telling this? This is old news, right? Well, a few months ago, we finally got to see the sister of Reyna, and that's in this loading screen. This was the first picture we got of her, but maybe some people didn't find the connection. But yeah, the reason Reyna kills is to save this girl over here. Okay, next thing. Here's what I recently found in my shop. Take a look at this item. It's a player card called Meet Your Main. Like you see, it's a teddy bear with the cool sunglasses up. So I thought, oh, you know what? This is a cool player card. Let me buy it. So I clicked on it, and then when I clicked on it, the whole player card was different. I mean, it's in the same style, but I don't see the cool teddy bear anywhere. So apparently sometimes the buy icon of a player card is different than the player card itself. Or this is a glitch. I have no idea actually, so let me know if you know more about this. It's a cool thing though that I never noticed before. Okay, let's move on now. Recently the new map Corrode got released, and we didn't really explore this map yet. So let's do that now. I'll show you some Easter eggs, starting with well-known Easter eggs to the most obscure ones. First up, the clay dolls everywhere on the map. If you look around on Corrode, you might find a lot of these dolls made out of clay. There are many of these dolls all over the map, and you are able to destroy them. At this moment, more than 25 of these dolls got discovered, so yeah, there are a lot of these things. Shooting the dolls isn't the only interactive thing you can do on this map, because you can also shoot on the crystal. When you do, they spark a little bit. Okay, next Corrode Easter egg. Just like on any map in Valorant, Corrode has a lot of these tacti plushies doing strange things. We, for example, have plushies playing football, a lot of tacti bears listening to this octopus, I guess, and maybe the craziest one, if you go through this gap, you'll find a tacti bear in crystals on the left, but when you go a little deeper into this cave, you need to go down a little bit, and eventually you see some tacti bears worshipping a crystal tacti bear. Always cool to see these little Easter eggs in the game. Also, you see the drawing behind it. This drawing you can also find in front of A, like many other small drawings all over the map. Did the tacti bears draw these? I have no idea. Okay, before we leave Corrode, there's one small thing we need to explore first. Well, actually, 3 small things, and that's the castle, the huge ship, and the storm. Is there anything to find there if we fly to it? Let's find out together. First up, the castle. It took a while to fly to here. This was a waste of time because there's nothing really here. The only thing I found out is that on the castle there are crystals, but these crystals don't light up when you shoot on them. For the rest, it's a boring castle, no tacti bear on top of it, like the tacti bear on top of the Abyss map. Nothing much to see. Next up, the ship. Let's fly to that one. A cool thing you need to know about the ship is that you can actually walk on it. And man, this ship is huge. It's actually way bigger bigger than the whole walkable corrode map. Don't believe me? Look at the ship from up here and then look at the corrode map from up here. The ship is way bigger. Pretty cool if you want to do some minigames on it, for example, in a custom game. But now it's time to fly into the storm. By the way, my friends, this storm is actually further away than you might think. It took me like 20 minutes to get all the way to the top. No joke, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. But hey, everything for the shot, right? But okay, here's what happens when you fly into the storm. First, you see a lot of purple. And then, bam, look at this. This must be one of the prettiest part of whole Valorant. It completely looks like a different game. This is the perfect setting to create like a parkour map or something. Man, why don't we have workshops in Valorant? Anyway, we're not done yet. There's one more thing I want to try. And that's fly all the way to the top of the storm. Like I said before, flying to the top took me like 20 minutes or more. So you better enjoy this view, my friend. And look at this. From the top, we have a nice view over the whole map. Okay, let's fly back to the maps again, to the real game, with some glitches that you might have never seen before. First up, we have this glitch of Borak Nick. Somehow Borak Nick is playing against 10 enemies. And for those who are asking, no, this isn't the custom game. Because on the minimap you see that he actually has teammates. But somehow the game thinks that every agent is the enemy of Borak. Next glitch, it's Genius is playing a game on Vraven. Somehow he got Fracture, but the background map is actually Haven. Weird little glitch. Then we have this abomination of Araf. Probably had something to do with the RES finisher. And then this strange Killjoy glitch. Are you okay, Killjoy? She thinks she is Zac from League of Legends. Okay, let's go to the practice range now. If you go to the middle of the practice range, you will find this door half opened. And if you look inside of it, you can find some chairs in a church. Until this point, it was never possible to get into this church. But now, people found a tricky, and it's with Waylay. If you use your abilities to get on top of the church, you will find this gap over here. When you found it, simply use your refract on top of it. And look at that, it will spawn in the building. There's one problem though. When you activate it, yep, you will sadly die. That's kinda sad. But then I remembered, wait, there's another agent that can do this mechanic. And that's Phoenix. Maybe you will stay alive if you use the Phoenix ultimate instead of the Waylay refract. There's one problem though. Phoenix doesn't have a jump ability. So I need to do the whole parkour. Give me like 10 minutes and meanwhile laugh at all the fails that I'm doing. Phew, we're finally here, let's go. Now, the big reveal. Does this mechanic work with Phoenix? The answer is yes, your ultimate does go through. But do we stay alive? Nope, sadly not. That's a big waste of time. Fun fact, after trying this with Phoenix, I scrolled a little bit up in my Discord channel. And I found out that someone else had already tested this. So it was kinda a big waste of time. My bad, my bad. Hey, everything for science, I guess. Okay, next thing. Let's move on with some small details that you might didn't notice before. First thing, did you ever notice that there was a cowboy on the classic Marshall skin? Since when did that thing came on there? I mean, I've been using a skin since the first act, so it might make sense that I've never noticed this before, but I bet that I'm not the only one. Apparently, there's a cool little cowboy hat. Did you ever fall off the ledge over here on Abyss? Yup, you're not the only one, I also did too. And that's maybe because you didn't notice that there's a warning sign right above you. Be careful, don't fall off. Honestly, let's be real, who placed this sign over here? It's way too high. We players can't see the sign unless we fly back. Rito Games should have put the sign way lower. And then maybe we wouldn't have fallen off the ledge over here. So I blame this, that. No. No. On Rito Games, not my fault that I fell over there. And finally, did you ever notice that the back of the Omen shoes actually have kitten faces? You see that on this picture? It must be true, right? Honestly, I really wanted to believe this picture, but sadly it's edited on. The real Omen shoes don't have cat faces. Don't believe everything you see on the internet, my friends. Anyway, this was the last thing. Big shout out to everyone who helped with this video. I hope you learned something new about Valorant, and I see you guys in the next one. Peace.